Alright, this is it. This is the top 100 favorite video games of mine of all time. And it's gonna be a doozy, and we're just starting at the top. Now, first, for the rules and, regulations that you know what's allowed and what's not. Now, I'm gonna make this as, not too restriction, or it's going to be the most free top 100 you'll probably find that's not so free to the point of being annoying. Now, there's no one per series rule. I don't know if I could complete this. If I didn't have a one per series rule, it wouldn't be honest at all. I'd have to include games I didn't like. But, there's no one per series rule there, because there are 100 of them. Then there's, one thing that restricts another game from being used is if it is part of a set. Like, if there's more than one of the same game, like pretty much every Pokemon game, say, Ruby and Sapphire. I could only use Ruby or Sapphire. I can use both, considering they're pretty much alternate versions of the same game. That's the only restriction that I can think of that I had. And I also have to, play the game. I can't just do a game I know nothing about, because then it wouldn't be my favorite. I wouldn't have any reason to like it. I don't know why I'm including this. Anyway, so, you know what, enough talk. You probably want to see the top 10. Here we go. And in the 100 slot, we have Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. Now, Pokemon you knew would be on the list. You may not have expected it to be this low, but come on, it's a spin-off. But anyway, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia is actually the only Pokemon Ranger game I have played, that I can remember anyway. And, well, it's the only one I own. And, I actually like Pokemon Ranger. I don't know why I never got around to continuing the other games, but I really just liked the way it worked. It was just, you still caught Pokemon and used them to help you, but it was different. And I just really liked that, and I liked the whole school aspect and everything, and becoming a ranger. I just really liked it a lot. In the number 99 slot, we have Sonic Rush, another Nintendo DS title. And it was one of few games that came out during this time period in the Sonic series that were actually good. But it was a 2D side-scroller, which initially I just wasn't sure what to think about it. But then, just the way it played, I really liked it. And then we have almost a sequel to the originals, which is really cool. In the number 98 slot, we have Sonic and the Secret Rings, the second Sonic game to appear on this list, and the first Wii title we've had. Now, a lot of people hated this game just because of the way the controller was held, but personally, I actually really enjoyed it, because it was the first game in a while that we've had that was so focused on Sonic's speed, and I just really liked that aspect, because you were moving fast the entire time, which is what Sonic was about in the first place. Plus, it had just a new story and a new sort of form of gameplay we hadn't seen before. Now, just so you know, I haven't played Sonic and the Black Knight, so, yeah, that's not gonna be on the list. And at number 97, we have Mega Man 4 from the NES. We finally have a classic appearing on the screen, and it's the first NES title to appear on this list. Now, when it comes to Mega Man, I actually didn't play Mega Man 4 until early 2015, I don't know, around March, around there. So I actually went quite a while without playing this, but I eventually did play it, and I honestly really liked it, because I hadn't played Mega Man for quite a long time, and I decided to play it again, and I cannot say I regretted it, because I really enjoyed playing this game. Now, The levels are just so creative and different from the usual when it comes to Mega Man. Yeah, I liked it. At number 96, we have Mario Kart 7. Now I know what you're thinking. Mario Kart 7 sucked. But it didn't. I didn't like the game more than any other Mario Kart. It's not my favorite Mario Kart. You'll see that eventually here later in the series. But it did introduce the flying mechanic, which I loved. If you take away the couple questionable, to say the least, character choices like the Honey Queen, you can actually get a pretty good game, especially for a handheld. It was really fun to race, and even more fun to hang glide everywhere. Because I just love that kind of stuff. At number 95, we have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. One of my favorite party games I have played. Because it has two of the most famous game characters of all time, Mario and Sonic, crossing over in the most famous sporting event in the world, or at least one of them, this or the FIFA World Cup, most likely. But, yeah, they're competing in the winter edition of it. And it is just a blast to see Mario and Sonic competing in these winter sports, because it's just not something you'd think you'd see every day, and it was quite fun for a lot of it. And yeah, I don't remember any of them that I don't like, so 10 out of 10. In the 94 slot, we have Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, the first PSP game to enter this list. Now, I mean, I know it's also a PS2 game, but I've only played the PSP version, so anyway, whenever I'd go on long car trips, I would just take one of two games for the PSP and play them. This is one of those two. And it was just a game you could sit down, relax, play, have fun, do whatever you wanted with. Essentially Grand Theft Auto in a nutshell, and put on a portable system in a way that I don't think any other captured that well. And I just really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Just put it that way. And at number 93, we have The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, the first title in the legendary Legend of Zelda series to appear on this list. Obviously, the DX version counts in this entry too, as all remasters are clumped in with the original. It's essentially you can only have the original title. That was an unspoken rule. But anyway, yeah, this was the first Legend of Zelda title to appear on the Game Boy, if I'm not mistaken, and it turned out to be pretty cool, especially with all the cameos they had with like Goombas, and you could win a plush Yoshi and stuff. There were some cameos from other games that was really cool, and yeah, you could play Zelda anywhere you want. And at number 92, we have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, the original for the Wii. Another Wii title, man. Anyway, this was the first game in which you saw Mario and Sonic square off in the most, I'm not going to say it, one of the most famous Olympic events, or one of the most famous sporting events in all of the world, considering it is in all of the world. This one in specific was in Beijing, and it was from 2008. I liked this one more than the London one, because the London one changed some of the controls and made it feel a lot more awkward. Like the 100-meter dash, I did not like the way that was done. But anyway, yeah, this is where it all came from, and it was just a load of fun. Finishing off today's episode, we have 91 Sonic Rivals for the PSP. Oh, I apologize because these screenshots are really crappy, but I just couldn't get any good ones. Anyway, it's essentially, if you don't know what it is, it's a 2D side-scroller racing Sonic game, essentially. the story mode where you're essentially two characters who try to reach the goal first, and you can fight and stuff. It was really cool. There's a sequel where there are more characters like SBO and Tails and stuff too, but I never got it, so I can't put it on here. And anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed this game, but I could only play it by myself. It was still really fun. Sonic! Alright, so that is numbers 100 to 91 on the top 100 favorite video games of mine of all time. Now, in this episode, there are a lot of Wii games and a lot of Sonic games. Who knows, aside from me, what's going to be coming up next. And if you want to find out, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you subscribe, if you ring the bell thing on your phone, on the YouTube app, after you subscribe, then you can get notified instantly when the next video in this series comes out. It's not a bad idea, just saying. And so, with that, I'm just gonna leave it right here, and I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys, because it's like 1:30 in the morning, and I need to get some sleep now. Well, thank you so much for watching. That being said, please remember that my name is Jesse, and I would really appreciate it if you would... This is a great start to my big event. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That being said, please remember that my name is Jesse, and I would really appreciate it if you consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and having a wonderful rest of your day. And also, just for a tip, if you like top 10s, you should subscribe to my channel, because I'm doing a lot of them. Alright, so that is numbers 100 to 91 on the top 100 favorite video games of mine of all time. Now, in this episode, there are a lot of Wii games and a lot of Sonic games. Who knows, aside from me, what's going to be coming up next. And if you want to find out, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you subscribe, if you ring the bell thing on your phone, on the YouTube app, after you subscribe, then you can get notified instantly when the next video in this series comes out. It's not a bad idea, just saying. And so, with that, I'm just gonna leave it right here, and I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys, because it's like 1:30 in the morning, and I need to get some sleep now. Well, thank you so much for watching. That being said, please remember that my name is Jesse, and I would really appreciate it if you would... This is a great start to my big event. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That being said, please remember that my name is Jesse, and I would really appreciate it if you consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and having a wonderful rest of your day. And also, just for a tip, if you like top 10s, you should subscribe to my channel, because I'm doing a lot.